Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobbycapucci, and this is a morning update. First and foremost, I'd like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you're with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and I hope you're doing exactly what you want today. And that means I definitely hope you're not working. But if you are, don't worry, I have you covered. We have 90 episodes in the catalog. Go ahead and jump on and go ahead and listen to some episodes where you're at work. Try and be as least productive as possible today. It's Thanksgiving and all, right? If you'd like to contact me, you could do that at BOBBYCAPUCCI at protonmail.com. That's Bobbycapucci at protonmail.com. All right, we're going to jump right into it today. Our article is from the Daily Mail, and the headline is, Exclusive. Prince Andrew sparked Buckingham Palace security breach by smuggling female masseuse into bedroom after introduction by Jeffrey Epstein Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, that's nice, huh? We got the prince smuggling people into his bedroom like he's 14 years old. If you're on the up and up, why are you smuggling people into Buckingham Palace? If you're on the up and up, why don't you just go get a massage at a reputable place? Why do you have to have Ghislaine Maxwell bring people to Buckingham Palace for you? Let's read the article and find out. Prince Andrew sparked a Buckingham Palace security breach by inviting an unvetted female masseuse to his bedroom, Mail Online can reveal. All right, so right off the bat, this guy is sneaking people into the Buckingham Palace without them being vetted. His family is sleeping in this place, and he doesn't care. He needs to get his massage that bad, he'll bring somebody in that he has no idea who they are. No vetting, no nothing. Monique Gioloni says she wasn't searched and didn't sign in during her palace visit to see the Duke after being introduced to him by Jeffrey Epstein's alleged fixer and pedophile, Ghislaine Maxwell. And that word fixer, I don't like that word. What is she, Ray Donovan? No, she's not Ray Donovan. She's a pedophile who procures girls. In an alarming set of security lapses, Monique arrived at the palace and was simply asked for her car registration number by aides before being waved inside. What? She doesn't believe any background checks were done on her after a telephone booking made by the Duke's then-assistant private secretary, Charlotte Manley. All right, well, it's another name for the list, huh? Charlotte Manley. Speaking exclusively to Mail Online, Monique says, it was so easy to get into the palace, and it troubled me because I could have been anyone. That's fair, right? With as dangerous as the world is today, you never know who's an agent for a power that is acting against you. You know, who knows? This could have been someone who was working for the Russians, etc., etc. Could have planted listening devices. It could have been really bad for the royals, right? But yet, this guy, his proclivities are so unchecked and so unfettered that he does not care. He throws caution to the wind and even brings these people to the Buckingham Palace. I didn't know Andrew and never met anyone from the royal household. Nobody knew me. I wasn't spoken to by a royal protection officer or asked any questions at all. Nobody checked my bag when I arrived or when I left. I certainly expected more stringent security checks. So she went to the royal palace. She got in, no security checks, streamlined right to the prince's bedroom or wherever he was getting his massage while the prince's family was sleeping in this place. So why don't you just get dressed, get your car, get your tons of chauffeurs or whatever it is, whoever it is that takes care of you, hop in your car and go and get a massage at a reputable joint. Is that too much? I mean, is that too much to ask that you have to sneak people into your house? I don't understand. Why are you sneaking girls into your mom's house still, Prince Andrew? Aren't you a grown man? Aren't you a Prince of England, a Prince of the Blood? Monique, who was a member of the British Register of Complementary Practitioners, was working at a clinic in Kensington and doing home visits at the time of the royal encounter on June 30th, 2000, and counted Miss Maxwell among her clients. Well, good. We need to talk to Monique. Needs to get subpoenaed as well and talk to the authorities. What does she know about Maxwell's dealings? After one appointment, Miss Maxwell, who was accused of procuring young girls for pedophile Epstein and helping him, told her, "I am going to introduce you to someone more famous than God." And that's how they think of themselves, folks, right? They're more famous than God. They're the most famous people in the world. The rest of us don't mean anything. Oh, I'm going to introduce you to so-and-so, and it's going to blow your mind. They're so rich. Bleh. Who cares? Nobody cares. All right? Who cares how rich you are? Who cares what your status is? Especially if you're trafficking young girls. You're not impressing anybody. You still live at Mummy's house, all right there, Prince Andrew? She had been to the socialite's Belgravia home on 2 occasions and given her a massage upstairs with the 67-year-old Epstein present. That's not creepy or anything. Was Epstein sitting around watching spit dripping out of his mouth like in one of those weird cartoons? 'Cause he seems like that kind of sick bastard. She said initially that she had never heard of her wealthy client, who asked her when they met, "Don't you know who I am, darling? You should read the tabloids. I am a celebrity." No, you're not a celebrity, Jeffrey Epstein. You're a monster. A monster who is rotting in the earth. And like I said, that is the perfect place for you. But we wanted that information that you had. Later, Monique researched online and saw her pictured with Andrew at a wedding, then realizing she was the daughter of the disgraced media tycoon Robert Maxwell. When she told me about the person more famous than God, I thought she may have meant an actor or something. Never, in my wildest dreams, did I think it would be royalty. A few weeks later, Monique received a call from Andrew's Miss Manley inviting her to give the royal a treatment. Now, a 55-year-old married mother of two who runs a restaurant in the south of France, she said, I am from South Africa, and to be walking through Buckingham Palace would have been something I could have never have imagined in my lifetime. As I went along the hallway, it was nothing but splendor. There were beautiful draped curtains and a plush carpet which ran along the middle of the hallway. There were gold-framed paintings of members of the royal family over the centuries and some beautiful vases on tables. It was a very grand and nothing I could ever have dreamed I would see. Okay, so that's all fine and well. It's all grand and that's great, and I'm sure it was. I mean, especially for a commoner going into a palace like that, it must be kind of mind-blowing. You know, you think about all the history that has went on in that palace, from the Plantagenets all the way on, and it's if you're into history, it's kind of a big deal for sure. But as far as like the money and the power and who cares about any of that? Monique said she was greeted at the bedroom door by Andrew wearing a bathrobe and gave him a massage naked under a towel on a table, besides a photo of his former wife Sarah Ferguson, and their two daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. So that's nice. Getting your little massage there, some lady you don't even know in there massaging you, pictures of your kids there. Sounds like a great idea. In her interview, she also shed light on the now notorious photo of Andrew with his arm around the waist of his sex accuser, Virginia Roberts, taken in Miss Maxwell's Belgravia home in 2001. In his car crash BBC Newsnight interview, he suggested the picture may have been faked, and he said he had never been upstairs in Miss Maxwell's London home. But he says that the picture was taken upstairs. How do you know if you've never been up there, Prince Andrew? How do you know that? But Monique insisted it was taken on the upstairs landing and said the room where she massaged Miss Maxwell is on the left. All right, so the reason this article is important is for that sort of stuff. Those little things right there, folks, those little tidbits. So when we put the pieces together from all the other stuff we have read, we know that it's a lie that Andrew says he has never been up in that room. She said she first came into contact with Miss Maxwell when she received a call to her mobile phone from the socialite's secretary. She said she had been working in London as a massage therapist for 4 years and worked with a number of celebrity and high net worth clients. She said, out of the blue, I got a call from Ghislaine's secretary. I can't remember her name, but she was based in New York. It was at night, and she said her boss was coming into London late that evening. She wanted to book a massage at 11 p.m. I said I was sorry, as I didn't do massages that late at night. She was quite insistent and said Miss Maxwell would be very tired. She was busy talking to someone, her lawyer or accountant, and kept me waiting. She then asked me, "Darling, can you go and buy me some cigarettes?" Oh, excuse me. But I gave her an appointment for around 10:30 the next morning. I went to her house in Belgravia and recall it was in a cobbled street. She was busy talking to someone, her lawyer or accountant, and kept me waiting. She then asked me, "Darling, can you go and buy me some cigarettes?" I was annoyed by her arrogant attitude and felt she was wasting my time. I bought her cigarettes and waited for an hour or so, by which time she gave me her checkbook and told me to write up what she owed me. Our next appointment was a few days later. I was shown to a room upstairs and was asked to massage her on the bed, but I insisted on using my own table. It was a small room and a very little space around the bed, which was quite big. Epstein was present during the massage, and there was an animated discussion going on between the two that lasted most of the time. They were talking about purchasing an island. They were mentioning millions of pounds and speaking very pretentiously, and I thought, who are these people? It was all rather awkward because Epstein was there. I felt I wasn't giving a good treatment, and she wasn't getting much out of it. Epstein was creepy, seedy, and very pretentious. I got the impression he and Ghislaine were either brother and sister or business partners, never a couple. Brother and sister, huh? Yeah, Jaime Lannister and Cersei Lannister, maybe. She told me about a yacht party she was hosting and asked me if I would be prepared to go and give massages. That sounds like a terrible time for one of these girls. She told me that I would have to keep private what happened on the yacht. I assumed she meant anything goes. I politely declined the invitation because it did not sound like the sort of thing I wanted to be involved with. I thought she was very distasteful and pretentious the way she spoke. I didn't like her attitude or her at all. I was very shocked when it all came out about Epstein's friendship with Andrew. And, in my opinion, Epstein was not a good choice of friend for Andrew. Talk about the understatement of the day, huh? At the time, I had an instinctive feeling of uneasiness about Epstein, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Now, I look back and I am thankful that I was 35 and not some vulnerable teenager who could have been another one of Epstein's victims. Sheesh. Sheesh, folks. All right, well, obviously, this article isn't about him, victimizing this lady. What it is, it's showing the pattern of the way Andrew behaved and the way he wantonly just let people into his life and let this girl, this masseuse, come into Buckingham Palace with no sort of vetting process, no sort of anything. Just, okay, Ghislaine Maxwell says it's cool. All right, let's go. And it makes you wonder, what did they have on Prince Andrew to be able to make him so malleable, to mold him the way they wanted to mold him, to make him do what they wanted him to do? It's pretty amazing and pretty astonishing for me. As somebody who knows about history and knows the hubris with most royals, it just doesn't pass the smell test to think that Andrew was just, their little errand boy almost. There had to be other things going on, things behind the scenes. And with all the evidence we have of all the different cameras and the blackmail situations, we know what it was, folks, right? We know what it was. All right, I hope all of you have an incredible day today. I hope you're not leaving the house, like I said, or if you're leaving the house, do it exactly what you want to do. If you guys would like to contact me, you could do that at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI@protonmail.com. You can reach me there and, whatever you want to talk about. If it's something to do with the case, you got some tips you want to give me, things you want me to research, perfect. Shoot me an email and let's talk about it. If you would like to support the show, you could find the GoFundMe link in the description box. And besides that, I will be back later on tonight with the daily drop. Hopefully I won't be too induced in a turkey coma. And we will get going from there. We'll see where the story goes today. I'm expecting it to be a pretty light news day, considering it's Thanksgiving. But remember, over in England, things are moving fast and furious. So, if something does pop up this afternoon that I believe needs to be reported, I will be back to report it this afternoon. All right, everybody. Talk to you later on tonight. And remember, let's make media great again.